It was just another day at work like any other. I still remember it in the present tense. I've been running landmine clearance operations for years. It's not a glamorous job. It's repetitive, dirty, difficult and dangerous. It was unusually hot. Sweat was dripping under my personal protection equipment. I always wore it. I didn't take my glasses off to clean them, which was good, considering what happened next.
Pain, ringing in my ears, burnt, about to die. I was fading in and out of consciousness. All sorts of weird experiences, looking down on your body. I look down, I see this blood, and I start seriously praying, please God, don't let me die. I can remember thinking, I am going to be very, very lucky to live. People talk a lot about the survival mechanism, that your survival mechanism kicks in. Well, that wasn't the way it was. When the pain starts to hit you, I think it reaches a stage where it is so bad that you actually want to die. You would rather give up and pretend it wasn't happening and just turn over and just fade out. Dying is definitely, in those circumstances, the attractive option. It's easier to die. I thought of all the reasons I had to live.
I'm incredibly fortunate to have survived my accident. I'm aware that many people don't. I did my master's in risk and management theory the year after I was injured, and I've learned an awful lot about why accidents happen, and I work with a huge number of different organisations, and there's always a lot of shared learning. People who are injured always tell me the same thing. They feel guilty and they feel that everybody blames them, and part of that is actually the trauma of being injured. The human cost of an accident is something that is like throwing a pebble into a pond. The ripples keep going and going and going when you see how it affects some people's families. I've done quite a lot of research into people's attitude towards risk, and one thing we know is that when you go into a dangerous environment, for example, if you're first into a factory that's dealing with dangerous equipment, your perception of risk is up here when you start, but quite quickly you get used to it and it drops off. So people actually stop seeing it as being dangerous. And that was something we always had to be very aware of in my clearance. We talk a lot about keeping people safe. It is about everybody in the whole organisation taking ownership, and you can't judge the actions of one individual. You can't judge the actions of one individual without understanding the leadership behaviours and the culture of an organisation. It is about getting everybody to take the lead. I spent some time with some people who were dying, and I was asked by a charity who help people dying from cancer to run some positivity courses for them. And they all said pretty much the same three things to me when I asked them what they would like me to pass on to people. And they said, forget the negativity in life. Don't get angry, don't get bitter, because there comes a point when you realise at the end of it, we're all a bit ridiculous. Focus on the positives of life and find things to be thankful for. And lastly, they said, tell people to look after their health whilst they have their health. Value it. You shouldn't have to lose something to truly appreciate its value. When you understand the human and financial costs of accidents, and when you see the bigger picture as I do when I work with a lot of organisations, what you recognise is that one of the most important things we can do every day is make sure that everybody goes home safely.